Gentlemen, how we doing? Um, this is the week recap for week 12, I believe. It was last week, so I just want the record to show that I did not have the least amount of points scored. I actually beat Hiv by 0.25 points, but I volunteered to do the recap over Hiv just so we wouldn't have to watch another debacle of the White Claw incident. So today's recap sponsored by Capitan. Got finals coming up this week, so I'm gonna start studying. Be home this Friday. Pretty excited to be back. But let's just jump right into it. First, let's go with me and Lukey, Kevin Cassidy III versus the Outside Beverages. Great name, Lukey. Shout out to bringing cheap beverages such as Natural Light or Bud Light onto the course. Obviously against the rules, and we never do that anymore. But throw back to those good times. So Lukey and I had a couple checks on this one. I lost some cash to him. I got completely boned by Mike Evans, Devin Coleman, David Johnson. Completely underperforming their projected stats. Lukey with solid performances from Phil Rivers, Nick Chubb, good games. He's also got Josh Adams in there, former ND grad, Heisman candidate at the end of last year. He had 8.5 points. So 8.5, that's I'd put that at the over-under on how many charity scrambles Lukey plays next year. I'd hammer the over. I don't know about you guys, but we'll guess we'll start this one shot. All right. Next up, we got El Capitan. Cheers. Connor versus Mary P's Punani. Kev, I think this is honestly the best name of the 12-man league. You know, always puts a smile on my face. I'm sure it does for everyone else as well. Connor, he had a good performance. 20 points from Tariq Cohen at AB. Mary P's Punani was just didn't put up some good numbers. It was just rank and stank. As Juju puts up 5, Eckler put up 4. Not what you want to see. Kev might need some Vagisil after this one, or Mary P might need some Vagisil after this one. It's a team name. All right, next up we got Uncle Ron's Fan Club, which is I believe Hiver. Yep, Hiver, and Kneeling with Cap, which is Robbie. Is this a political statement there, Robbie? Not really. Okay. I don't see any football, other than Kaepernick, obviously, but any football relevance there. Fantasy relevance. Well, hey, it was good enough for a 20-point win over Hiver, despite Trey Burton putting up 0. I believe he played. I don't think he was hurt, so I guess he just had no catches. Hiver with the debacle of the week. Only his QB, his defense, and one of his running backs scored in the double digits. You just hate to see that. His fantasy performance this past week might have been as bad as the recap he would have done. Again, you're welcome for not making him do that. I guess we'll take another shot here. All right. Next up, we got Luke Fumbled McCarroll's versus Spathy's Youth Group. Another great name by Spence there. I guess you could also call him the Dave Hostig Youth Group, as he got penetrated by Phil Lindsay and Pat Mahomes. Phil Lindsay put up 27, Pat Mahomes 33. Just great weeks for the both of them. I really like Phil Lindsay. I got him in my other league. He's solid. Always gets round 10. He just went off last week, so good for him. And looks like Dave got bailed out by those two. Close matchup. It was a 12-point victory for Dave. All right. Next up, we got Walter Berry Your Ass, which is Nikki C. And 5-2s is still a 10, which is Hammer. 5-2s is still a 10. I love that name as well. I'm sure Lukey would agree. Also, Hammer, love the profile pick. You got an ND Mannequin up there. Go Irish, playing Clemson in the Cotton Bowl, December 29th. I'm going. I'll be there in Dallas. Tough week for Nikki C, as only McCaffrey and the Houston D had double digits. McCaffrey threw up 20, though, so that's a solid performance. The Pro with solid performances from Hooper, Doug Martin, Saquon. A lot of talk about Saquon this year. I'm a big Giants fan, so you love to see it. A lot of talk about his thighs being just fucking massive. I don't know what's bigger though, Hammer shots in the recap last week, or Saquon's thighs. I mean, those things were just absolute units. Shout out Hammer. It's a good recap as well by no words. It was very creative, original as well. Lastly, we got Bernie's Boys, which is Luciano, and LBP and Co., which you all know as Big Pat. Just a classic move by Luch, almost starting none of his players to basically give up. You were gonna lose, but lose with some dignity there, Poochie. Come on, you learned that in T-ball. His 74-point total was thanks to AJ Green and Njoku combining for 1.5 points. Way to get it done. LBP got it done with the help of Todd Gurley's 28.5 points. That's just a monster game, and that's actually nothing new for Todd Gurley. He's had quite the year. I think I have to take one more. All right, I think that does it. Talk about the playoff picture a little bit here. We got Hammer and Dave with buys in the first week. Then we got Lukey versus Robbie and Nick versus Kev. I'm sure there'll be some action on those matchups. I remember last year we had some shekels being tossed around with the playoff picture. But that concludes this week's matchup. Hope you guys liked it, and hopefully see you guys over winter break here. I'll be home for about 5 weeks. All right. Cheers.